How's it going, clan? Good morning, welcome back to my channel, and today I'll bring you guys a video that I want to make a long time ago. It is my top 10 personal PlayStation 1 favorite game list. So without further ado, let's begin with the top 10. Number 10, Syphon Filter.
989 Studios.
Syphon Filter is a third-person shooter stealth video game developed by Eidetic and published by 989 Studios for PlayStation. The plot centers on special agents Gabe Logan, and Liam Sheen, who are tasked by the United States government to apprehend a German international terrorist. The development of Syphon Filter began with the intention of creating a new super spy genre hybrid that contained elements of stealth, action, and puzzle. The game is presented in a third-person perspective, and the player can freely move in three-dimensional space and rotate the camera in any direction. Number 9, C12 Final Resistance. C12 Final Resistance is a third-person shooter video game developed by Sony Computer Entertainment, Cambridge, and published by Sony Computer Entertainment exclusively for the PlayStation system. The story is set in the future as aliens have invaded in an attempt to harvest all of Earth's carbon resources. C12 is a reference to 12C, the most abundant isotope of carbon. The player uses Lieutenant Riley Vaughan, a cybernetic human soldier and member of the underground resistance. The player undertakes missions, played out in a third-person view, killing aliens and cyborgs, retrieving keys. Number 8, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 3. Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit is a racing video game released in 1998. It's the third major installment in the Need for Speed series, incorporating police pursuits as a major part of the gameplay. Hot Pursuit remains focused in racing using exotic sport cars like Ferrari and Lamborghini. Features races that primarily takes place in locations within North America, including varied settings and climates. Police AI is improved over its predecessor, utilizing several tactics to stop both the player and opponent. Number 7, Engine Racing. Engine Racing is a racing game for the PlayStation, but instead of a car, like in most games, you control a fighter jet. The game features two game modes, arcade and engine.
Jack it up.
In the arcade mode, you play a series of championships. Winning a championship grants you access to a higher one. In engine mode, you start with a 4-plane and have to earn money to upgrade it, so you can participate in more challenging and more rewarding races. You can choose between arcade and professional controls. The players can shoot various weapons such as missiles, rockets, and guns at their opponents. There are 38 jets to fly in 14 different tracks. In 2-player mode, you can play Powerball. Here each player has to try to pick up the ball and score points by fighting 2 drones. Number 6, Medieval. Medieval is an action-adventure hack-and-slash video game developed by SCA, Cambridge Studio, and published by Sony Computer Entertainment for the PlayStation system. The game is set in the medieval kingdom of Gallowmere and centers around the charlatan protagonist, Sir Daniel Fortescue, as he makes an attempt to stop antagonist Zarek's invasion of the kingdom while simultaneously redeem himself. The game takes place across a variety of levels, many of which require certain objectives to be performed to progress. Sir Daniel Fortescue can use a variety of weapons consisting of close-range weapons such as swords and clubs to long-range weapons such as crossbows. The game has been re-released as PlayStation Platinum title in 1999, meaning it sold at least 400,000 copies. A remake of Medieval for the PlayStation 4 was released on 25 October 2019. The original 1998 game can be unlocked in the remake by completing special objectives. The game received positive reviews from critics upon release. It received an aggregate score of 80% from Game Rankings. Number 5, Go Sunstones. Go Quest of the Sunstones, also known as Go 3D, is a 3D platform game in Go franchise developed and published by ETA Media for the PlayStation and PC in 2000. Quest for the Sunstones takes place in the same settings as the Jungle Island program of Yugo Show and its Yugo Jungle Island video game adaptation series. The village of the otherwise cheerful Kikurians is in great danger as the evil witch Scylla orders to get rid of them. The volcano near the village can erupt at any moment, since Scylla's minions clog the crater with a huge boulder, threatening to flood the Kaikarian village with lava. To save the Kikurians, the friendly troll Ugo must find 3 magic sunstones that are hidden in 3 locations: an old Inca pyramid, a snowy mountain cave, and an old pirate grotto. The player character can attack enemies by either jumping or hitting them using a whip Indiana Jones style. There are also first-person perspective sliding sections. The game was relatively well received in its native Denmark, including the scores of 3.5 from Game Page, 10 out of 10 from PS Site, and a 7 out of 10 from Game Sector, and an 8 out of 10 from Spillzonen. Number 4, Tomb Raider 2. Tomb Raider 2 is an action-adventure video game, part of the Tomb Raider series and the sequel to the 1996 video game Tomb Raider. Developed by Core Design and published by Eidos Interactive, the game was released for Microsoft Windows and PlayStation in 1997. The gameplay of Tomb Raider 2 builds upon the basic setup of the original game. Innovations in Tomb Raider 2 include new weapons, extra moves, and a set of vehicles. Lara can now climb ladders and perform a mid-air roll used to land facing in the opposite direction. The range of weapons has been expanded to include a harpoon gun, a grenade launcher, M16 rifle, and automatic pistols which replace the magnums from Tomb Raider. Number 3, Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo is a simulation racing video game designed by Kazunori Yamauchi. Gran Turismo was developed by Police Entertainment and published by Sony Computer Entertainment in 1997. The game's development group was later established as Polyphony Digital. Gran Turismo is a racing game. The player must maneuver a car to compete against artificial intelligence drivers on various racetracks. The game uses two different modes, arcade mode and simulation mode. In arcade mode, the player can freely choose the courses and vehicles they wish to use. Winning races unlocks additional cars and courses. Simulation mode requires the player to earn different levels of driver's licenses in order to qualify for events and earn credits, trophies and prize cars by winning race championships. Gran Turismo features 140 cars and 11 racetracks, as well as their reverse versions. After 5 years of development time, it was well received publicly and critically, shipping a total of 10.8 million copies worldwide as of March 2013, making it the best-selling PlayStation game and scoring an average of 95% in game rankings. So number 2 is Spyro the Dragon. Spyro the Dragon is a platform game developed by Insomniac Games and published by Sony Computer Entertainment for the PlayStation on September 10, 1998. The first game in Spyro series, it stars the title character, a young purple dragon named Spyro and his dragonfly friend Sparks. They must journey across the Dragon Kingdom in order to defeat Nasty Gnorc, who has overtaken the 5 dragon homeworlds by trapping the other dragons in crystal and turning their horde of gems into an army of minions. Spyro the Dragon is an open-ended 3D platformer featuring large, sprawling levels in which the player must locate collectible items, amongst which are gemstones, crystallized dragons, and stolen dragon eggs. Spyro's abilities as a dragon includes Fire Breath, a head-on charging attack, and a mid-air glide which he can use to scale large distances. Spyro the Dragon currently holds a score of 85% at game rankings based on an aggregate of 18 reviews. So number 1 is Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. Crash Bandicoot Warped, known in Europe as Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped, is a 1998 platform game developed by Naughty Dog and published by Sony Computer Entertainment for the PlayStation system. The game's story takes place immediately after the events of the second game. The ruins of a space station called the Cortex Vortex, owned by Dr. Neo Cortex, crash lands on Earth and unleashes an evil entity known as Uka Uka, Aku's evil young twin brother, who joins with Cortex and the time-obsessed Dr. Nefarious. They plant to gather powerful crystals and lay scatter across time and use their energy to enslave the Earth. The game follows the main characters Crash and Coco Bandicoot as they travel through time and prevent the villains from gathering the crystals by collecting them themselves. Crash Bandicoot Warped was praised by critics who noted the high quality in many areas, including gameplay, graphics, and audio. The game went on sale nearly 6 million units, making it one of the best-selling games for the PlayStation 1 system. A mastered reversion was included in the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy collection for the PlayStation 4 in June 2017. So that's it for my personal top 10 PlayStation 1 game list. I love making this video. I'm already making my PlayStation 2 game list for all of you to know. Hope you liked the video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. Don't forget to comment your top 10 PlayStation 1 game list. Thank you for watching and I'll see you bros later. This is Amac signing off.